Oh, here we go, Zach. Let's talk 2020. Let's talk. You're a senior at Ohio University. First off, tell me your journey to start to Ohio University. We got you on the YouTube live. People are gonna be able to watch this however they want to, man. So
Yep.
tell me about the start of your journey. You're a one-time state champion in Ohio, correct?
Yep, one-time state champ. I actually just got back from working out with Coach Klein today. So he said he wanted me to say hi.
So you're back. You're in Uniontown right now?
Yeah, I'm back home.
Okay. So you're not even in Athens right now?
No.
Okay. And I know that's just tough, but
Yeah.
and it's like you just can't shut it off right now because it's like this. Like I think we all want to believe it can still happen. I think the Ohio State tournament people want to believe it can still happen, but they canceled yours. You're a fifth-year guy. Tell me about where your journey began.
Where it began, you said?
Yeah, where it began.
It's been a long road with Eastern and everything. We went there to wrestle for Boyard out of high school and had a hell of a time there. I got a lot better, made nationals that third year, and then getting dropped there, and right after nationals at my third year, and then from there just find my way to OU through my buddy Kyle Kaminsky and Greenlee, and it's been a long road. It's kind of great. It's pretty wild. Like everything that's happened at this point.
For you and Andrew McNally, your high school teammates. First off, was he at practice today?
I wouldn't call it a practice. It was more of a.
Well, you guys are working out.
Yeah, it was more of a talk and lift than a practice.
Gotcha. Was he there?
No, McNally wasn't there.
Yeah, and he went up to Kent. You went down to Ohio U. You were teammates for 1 or 2 years at Eastern, Michigan.
2 years at Eastern.
2 years at Eastern, and then in high school 3 years.
All 4 years.
All 4. Yeah. So you guys are the same.
No, it would have been 3 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a year younger than you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you look at that, you and him, ultimate gut punches for you. I guess the silver lining for him is he's got another year.
Right.
But for you, man, this is just this is double gut punch year after year, man. How do you deal with this? And what are you and Coach Klein? What are you and your dad? What's everybody talking to you about? Greenlee, everybody you're talking to, Boyard, whoever you're talking to, what are you guys talking about?
I don't know. A lot of it's just kind of processing everything still, honestly. For me and Coach Klein, it's more so just talking through everything, and then talking about what to do next and how. Because for me too, it's weird too. Because with school and everything, so my focus after this season, regardless of how it ended, was going to be on to getting my teaching license. I was going to student teach in the fall. I had hours to get in after the season, and so that stuff's obviously off right now. So I'm not even kind of able to shift my focus from I was planning on shifting focus from wrestling to making sure I finish up school all right. And so I can't even really shift my focus there because I don't have I don't know what's going on with how to finish the semester with all of the hours and stuff. So it's really weird. I don't know what to kind of just I don't know. It's just I don't really have anything to do, and it's if that makes sense. And it's just I haven't had that in the longest time, and it's weird.
Joel was sitting in his office yesterday when I talked to him. And he's I was like, hey, when can we talk? He goes, whenever you want, because I don't really have a lot to do. He goes, I don't have any guys to train. I just don't have a lot to do. Jim Andersey, I don't have a lot to do. You know what I mean? Yep. As far as the work end, the guys still, they're involved with their families, right? John Stutzman was picking his kid up. And all these guys I'm going to talk to. I'm going to talk to Josh Moore today. I'm going to talk to Colin Moore today. You, Evan Cheek tomorrow. And my thing is you guys have never been in this situation, and you literally just said it. You didn't even have words to describe it. I just don't have anything to do, / I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What do you do? Because there's a lot of people. Everybody's in your shoes too.
Yeah, for sure. That's what something Coach Klein had said to me the last couple of days too was there's so many people that are affected by this overall, but just in the same sense of wrestling, there's so many people that are going through this, and like you said, they just trying to figure out in their own way,
you're going to try and student teach. Is there a chance that you could? I don't even know, like with the educational system, because every college is affected by it. You can't be in a position to get a job next fall, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be able to teach. You're not going to be able to get the license. Could you graduate? I mean, we don't even know. What are they going to do in May? I mean, you're not going to be able to walk. Well, what are you going to do?
I'd be on track to do my full-time student teaching in the fall. But I don't know. Like that's like I was saying, it's more so it's like even before all this, it was like, okay, wrestling, shift my focus, wrestling to getting my teaching license, and now I don't even know how this semester is going to shake out, let alone next semester. So it's like one thing I kind of joked about with who was I joking about it with? Hillman was making fun of me. He's like, Zach, Derek Hillman, my old teammate at Easter, was joking with me. He said, online student teaching should be fun. And I was like, Derek, relax. Relax. One shit show at a time. I can't think that far ahead.
Dude, you're right, though, because, like, for this next 3 weeks, I got to go in on Monday, and we have to make plans.
Yeah.
And then my wife, she's at Solon High School. They have kind of a similar thing going on. But, like, how do we deliver instruction to kids?
Yeah.
And here's what I will say. A lot of schools have a week of this actual 3 weeks is most schools' spring breaks in high school right now in Ohio.
Yeah.
So, like, there's kind of that going. But then for that other 2 weeks, we're in uncharted water for this, right? This is unprecedented. As I was talking to Andracy yesterday, they have never canceled the NCAA basketball. They played the NCAA basketball through World War II.
I saw you saying that.
That's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, World War II is like, it's the biggest global conflict ever, and we played the NCAAs through it, right? And think about it. We actually got attacked in World War II.
Yeah.
We're at Pearl Harbor, like that's how it brought us into it. So this whole thing is so wild because there's not an enemy attacking like 9/11. An enemy was attacking, right? Like Pearl Harbor. There's not actually like war, but it's a pandemic. It's global.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's not you. You're not the guy who's going to get coronavirus and die.
Right.
It's my dad who's 70. And I don't even think your dad's old enough to be in like the target range. Your dad's like 50 maybe, right?
Not to come in my uncle's neck, but my joke the last couple of days is because my uncle travels with my dad all the time for wrestling stuff. My uncle's been smoking for a long time, and everybody's always like, "Oh, it's respiratory problems in old people." And I was like, my joke with my dad before NCAAs was canceled. I was like, "Dad, don't tell John not to come." I was like, he's been smoking forever. Don't tell him not to come.
Yeah, you can't. No, yeah, he's the person's at risk. It's a respiratory illness. Dude, it's so crazy. Yeah, because we're trying to get my dad back to Florida now, and it's a whole ordeal. But, back to your lifetime of this, man. I've been watching you since you're a little kid at all the OEC stuff and seeing your dad. He's super passionate about it / a little crazy, right? But, your dad loves wrestling. He loves you. And you guys are, Coach Mattingly's a great guy. Coach Klein's a great guy. Obviously, Dave Boyard's a great guy. All these guys. I love Joel Greenlee, right? And these guys are they're different guys, and they're great mentors, and they're good guys who I would let my kids get coached by those guys. I like those guys.
Right.
I don't think they'll be around coaching then. I think they'll be full retired. But you've had all these great people in your life. How do you handle it from here on out? This is your senior year. You're the first senior I've talked to. Hopefully, Colin Moore, I get to talk to him next. But what do you do, and how do you look back, and how do you reflect on wrestling and your career now?
I think for now, it's just like I was saying, processing everything. I think it's just staying close to the people that I'm close with, and talking with my family and my friends, and just kind of working through everything in my own way and reflecting. It's just like, to be honest, I probably had my lowest point after Max this year. To be honest with you, I wrestled really well the first day, and I honestly didn't even wrestle that bad the second day, but it was a lot of good guys at 157 in the MAC, and I lost. I did what Hillman called was the super slide. I went from the semis to 7th, and that was one of the hardest things on me emotionally that I've ever had to deal with. So it's like reflecting on that, and then I kind of the way I described it was it took me until about Tuesday to work through that, just to get ready to get my mind right to be at nationals. and then this whole thing happened, and it's almost like, not that I want to say it's not as bad, but it's harder to process being done than it is to process just like, okay, I screwed up this, that, and I need to fix this, that. And now it's just, I don't know, it's weird. I think the best thing for me reflecting on everything, though, is I put on my Instagram yesterday, is like, I don't really know how to describe anything, but I just wanted to like thank everyone. Like, I have so many great people in my life right now, and I've had so many great coaches, like you said, great teammates, and it's just gratitude. And especially after Eastern, I said it after Eastern got dropped the next year, is it's like the gratitude that I had to be able to compete was like way higher than it had ever been, because I had a ton of teammates who like might have been great at, like, were good out of high school, might not have had the results that they wanted, but who could have been good, but they just wouldn't have the right money or whatever, or right major, whatever it might be, to wrestle again. And so I'm really just happy for the time I had, honestly. And it sucks that I couldn't finish it out, though, like going out on my shield, however it might have been. But I'm grateful to be able to do it for as long as I did, to be honest.
Okay, so there's talk that they're going to grant additional eligibility to the spring athletes. And this is something where this is more thought, and this is more soul searching. This is more, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Do you hold out hope? Do you even come back for that? What do you do? Where are you at with that? And what's been communicated to you by, whether it's athletic administration at Ohio University, Joel Greenlee, Colt sponsor, whoever it is, right?
I talked to Joel. Actually, I went in to grab some stuff from the locker room yesterday. I talked to him right after you had talked to him, actually. And I thought he made a good point with all that, is there's just so much to unpack with giving guys another year. And not that it's wrong or right or this or that, but there's, whether it's scholarships, guys that are supposed to be in the lineup next year that were going to take my spot, whatever it might be, there's a whole lot to unpack. And it's so raw right now. I don't know what I would do in that situation, to be honest, because it's like physically I don't know, but I mean I could, but that's I guess that goes back to my other thing that I kind of like to say. Are you still there?
I'm here. I'm okay. Dude, I'm listening.
My video is weird.
No, you're good. I've been good the whole time. But what do you say?
It's one shit show at a time. Because like I said, I got to figure out how to finish my degree and whatever that's going to entail. And second semester comes around next year, and I have that opportunity. That's more so something I decide then, because the way everything's gone, I had no idea what I would do. I just physically, mentally, that's a whole lot, and I have no idea, to be honest.
Teaching interview question. You ready?
Oh, boy.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? That's a question they'll ask you. You know, I got asked a lot of the interviews. Where do you see yourself now? Like, does this really change the trajectory of your life?
It really doesn't at all. I want to be around the sport of wrestling, whether that's teaching and coaching in high school or coaching in college. I'm open to both, and and like you said, you talked about how many, like, the great coaches, and I talk about this with Coach Klein quite a bit, because he's kind of I don't want to say mentor, because it's almost not personal enough, but
like a second father.
Yeah, basically.
That guy's the man.
Yeah. And something we have talked about a lot is, because he knows how much I would want to coach, and just about coaching in general. And something he says all the time is it's more so about relationships than it is anything else. And that's that's what I love about the sport, and just the relationships that you build within it. And teaching, coaching, I think that's just something I really believe. I just want to help people, whether not just wrestling wise, but be better people. So that's kind of how I see it.
What's your license in?
I'll be integrated social studies.
Dude, we're competition. We're competition. Are you 7 through 12?
Yeah.
7 through 12. Okay, that's the license I have. And and are you integrated? Can you teach everything, or just history, or can you do everything?
It'll be everything.
Yeah.
History.
There's some people at my school where I teach that they can only teach history. Because they had like this horrible licensure system back in the day where they could only do history, but like I can do everything. I've done everything: economics, sociology, psychology, government. I can do anything. And now I'm teaching 8th grade history, current issues, academic coaching. You name a class, I've taught it probably. But it's good. It's real competitive. But you being able to coach and the things that you've done as far as like what a student athlete does, and you did it at the highest 10% in Division I. Right? And your time management skills are off the chart. And you know what I mean? There's just a lot of things you can do. You have an advantage over most candidates, to be
for sure.
100% honest with you. So I guess last thing, what's the next month hold? Obviously we don't even know what the next 2 weeks is, right? We don't even know till April 3rd because that's when the ban is till. What OU's done, right? They're not having classes back?
Yeah, they're transferring. Online classes are normal, and then they're trying to figure out how to make the rest of everybody else's classes, or the face-to-face classes, online. Okay. Basically.
Okay. Do you head back to Athens or stay in Uniontown, or?
I really don't have a huge plan, to be honest with you.
I kind of love it because I think everybody's in your boat, man.
Yeah. It's just for right now. It's just taking care of. I'm in a few online classes, taking care of those and figuring out that, and hopefully soon getting some word on what they're doing with all the field experience type stuff, and then go from there, I guess.
Oh man, I hope that the student teaching works out for you, and I hope that we get this figured out, and then. The next thing I'm worried about is, next October, November, when it becomes flu season again, if it comes back around. Because I think the big thing we got working on our side is spring's coming. And that's usually when these seasons break. But coronavirus is obviously different than flu season, and as we're finding out. But sounds like China has a handle on it right now. Because they built like 2 hospitals in like a week. Did you know that? They built 2 coronavirus hospitals in a week. It's a different deal over there, man. So, all right, listen. You got anything else for me?
Shoot, I don't think so.
Dude, I'm just glad that you took the time to talk to us and
it's no problem.
Sit down. And I know this is hard right now, man, and you're still processing. It's Saturday now, and they made the announcement Thursday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then think about this. Your state tournament guys, which you got to win a state title, there's seniors right now who are really good in Ohio who never got that opportunity, and they're probably not gonna get it.
Yeah, that's what. I can't imagine.
There's a guy from Brecksville who's a top 10 guy in the country, Jimmy Carmody, really good. That guy's not gonna get a chance to win a state title. Another Brecksville guy, Ethan Hatcher, really good, not gonna win. You know what I mean? Like. Snodgrass, another top 10 guy, 170 pounds, going to Northern Iowa. You know what I mean? He's not going to get a chance to win a state title. That's crazy. And they found out the day before. Think about this if you'd have been out in Minneapolis and they'd have found out.
Well, that's what happened to the
D2 guys. And D3. D3 was about to blow a whistle.
A late grad from a few years before me, Chad Rhodes, who he went to Mount Union. He's coaching at John Carroll, I believe, and they were there. They were there, and I had a friend that had been talking to him, and they couldn't even fly back. They had to like rent cars or rent a bus or whatever and drive back.
So it was a travel ban. Like the flights weren't going.
I don't think the flights weren't going. I think the university told them they couldn't fly back. Like they needed to drive or something like that.
It's insane. They were in like Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Well, one was in Iowa. The other one was in South Dakota.
Yeah.
They weren't close.
Yeah.
They weren't close. Like, you guys were in Pittsburgh last year. That's not bad.
Yeah.
You couldn't even fly from Pittsburgh to Athens. I don't think it's an option.
No, it's not.
Well, hey, stick around a little bit here. I'm gonna cut the live here and talk to you a little bit afterwards. But thank you for the time so much, man. I really appreciate it. And good luck moving forward, man. I know it's a lot to process, but there's hundreds of other guys in your boat. And like a lot of people say, the sun will come up. Tim Flynn said it best. The sun came up the next day, and it did. So keep grinding, buddy, and hang around here a little bit afterwards. I'm going to cut this off real quick, and we'll talk, all right?
Gotcha. I appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, thanks, man.